Hey guys, how's it going? Theo here, and today it's pretty exciting. This is some really interesting news. Octane X was just released, at least public release 1 was just released for macOS. You can see right here, trying to get this video out as soon as possible while maintaining a decent amount of production quality. It's all right here. So let's talk a little bit about what this means for the future of rendering, the future of CGI, and the future for you as an artist. So as many of y'all may know, you haven't really been able to run Octane on a Mac unless you have an NVIDIA graphics card, which they haven't been supported since like 2012, I think. So you have to buy really old equipment to run them, and then it doesn't run as well, and you have all these issues, and Apple's dropping driver support. So luckily, Octane has stepped up finally. This has been in kind of production for several years, as far as I understand. They've been talking about it for I think 2, so it's probably been in production for longer than that. They finally released their public release 1. They talked about this at WWDC. There's some really interesting stuff about this. Now, what does that mean? Does that mean you should all sell your Windows computers and go buy a $6,000 MacBook Pro or iMac Pro, whatever they call them these days? No, that's not what that means at all. I would recommend, I mean, you can do what you want with your money, but I usually like to wait for these things to be fully released. It is technically, I believe this is fully stable and fully production ready, but this kind of, honestly, I'm less excited about on the Mac side and more excited about on the iPhone side, because they will be releasing this eventually. I've seen it running. Octane was running on an iPhone, which is crazy, completely absurd, and it's just really exciting. So it's really not for Mac, it's technically for Metal, and it also runs on Intel CPUs, and I think AMD CPUs, I'm guessing, if it's running on an Intel CPU. I have my Mac right here, so I'll be testing that out and letting y'all know. You can follow me on my Instagram to keep updated with that. I think it's pretty cool. Personally, I like to do a lot of design work and stuff, and I find that Apple just handles the font system, the folder system, the file system of everything a lot better. I personally just like the Apple, I wouldn't even say ecosystem, I just like their operating system much more than Windows. But as y'all know, I'm really deep in Windows right now. This little laptop right here is the only Mac computer I have, and I really just have that for on the fly video editing in Lightroom and Photoshop editing. You really can't get any serious CG work done, and that's something to consider as well. Serious CG work. Technically, if you were to render on the cloud, you'd be totally fine. But if you're gonna render on your own machine, like, I wouldn't even go with, at this point, I wouldn't go with any of their laptops. They're pretty expensive for what you're getting. It's not really future-proofed at all. And to be honest, these Mac Pros aren't that impressive either. They're using older processors. I mean, like, you could build a Windows machine so much cheaper for this that has so much more performance. Like, it's not even a joke. Like, I'm guessing like under 2,500 at least, and this is 6K. So there's some stuff to talk about. I mean, this is kind of ridiculous GPU pricing. If you are going to be building a system, a Mac for it, you're perfectly within your right to do that. That's exciting. I would be doing that right now if I had that kind of money, but I just don't. Also, from a value standpoint, it's not a really good transaction, but I do realize a lot of designers love the Apple ecosystem or the Apple software operating system, or a combination too, and I'm on that boat as well, or in that boat as well. So I would recommend, to help you save a little bit of money, if you're so inclined, you can upgrade your processor afterwards. I think there's a certain threshold where they switch the motherboard for octa-channel RAM, 8-channel RAM. I'm not really sure about that, but I'd recommend, if you're going to get a lower tier processor, just get the lowest one possible, and then buy a new one later when you get it, and just replace it, because Apple has a nice markup, especially on this RAM. I heard that their RAM is just, and storage too, an extra $400 for, yeah, I mean, that's just ridiculous. Where's their RAM at? Oh, and definitely the graphics card, guys, I would recommend not messing with these really. Personally, if I was doing it, which you should do your own research as well, because I could be misinforming you in some way, what I would do is buy this basic graphics card, which is just a scam already. I'm not sure how much they're marking it up, but like these are just horrible. You know, for value propositions, buy the base one, and then AMD's coming out with new graphics cards. I'd probably wait till then because they're going to be on par with NVIDIA's current, at least on par with NVIDIA's current 20 series from what I'm hearing. So that's something to consider too. I would just kind of, if you're not in dire need for a new computer or anything, kind of wait to see how everything plays out and stuff, especially if you're going to be investing like this type of money in a computer. It's like, I mean, you're investing over $12,000. I would definitely wait unless you're just making that much money where you don't need to. You're a big studio or something. I totally understand that. But that's just my personal advice, y'all. And for most of us, I mean, this isn't it's not even in the question of getting. So I wanted to talk about that. But yeah, Metal, it's running on iPhones as well, or not technically running on iPhones, but like I've seen the Octane developers running them on their iPhone, actually running on the iPhones. And then there's this other cool thing where they're in communications with GPUs in another room, where those are actually sending the scene to the GPUs and the GPUs sending it back like in real time. You're getting like 60 FPS or something. Really cool stuff. But I just really wanted to make a quick update video on that to kind of just tell y'all, hey, this is what's happening. This is super exciting. I think that this is a good step forward. This is pushing the industry in a good step forward. The more diversity we have in choices and in operating systems and in software, the better it is for all of us. I mean, just look at Blender, how Blender is making these companies step up and release free versions. This is great. This is something that definitely needs to happen, and I'm so excited for it. I'm really excited to test it out. And maybe one day, if Apple drops their prices on their computers or comes out with a different version of this or something, I might be soon. Well, I shouldn't say soon, but I will be on a Mac eventually, hopefully one day. You know, it's just diversity of technology. I love to see stuff like this, and you can follow me on Instagram. I'll repost all this stuff. This was a quick video, no tutorials or anything. New stuff coming out soon. We're really excited for that, but I just really wanted to speak on this real quick because I feel like this is a step forward in kind of a new chapter in this whole visual effects and CG industry, where we're finally like breaking down these doors and everything that have been closed for so long. I think technology and funding and vision is finally like all meeting up at the right point in time, and this kind of stuff is going to start happening more and more often. So if you're interested in updates and stuff like that, go ahead and subscribe, like, and I'll be releasing more videos. And follow my Instagram and Twitter for more updates, quicker updates, short form content, little text updates and stuff like that. Thanks guys for watching. Peace out.